We've been telling you guys about Blue Chew for years, and we ain't stopping anytime soon. That confidence, that performance, that edge that you're going to get in the bedroom and mentally when you check out BlueChew.com and the code FIGHTFUL. First shipment free. Yes, shipment. That's because you don't have to wait in line at the pharmacy, have any awkward conversations with doctors. Your question online, and if approved, this ships straight to your door. It excludes all the awkwardness. Now listen, so will that confidence. That's going to get rid of a lot of that awkwardness as well. Same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. You know it's going to work. They know it's going to work. And that's why they're willing to give you that first shipment free at BlueChew.com when you use that code FIGHTFUL. Take control. Handle your business. BlueChew.com and the code FIGHTFUL.
Good Saturday evening, everyone. It is your favorite corporate collision cousins, your favorite sickos, corporate, of course. And we saw that chat was spicy, so we wanted to get our sponsor, Blue Chew, right up here in center since everyone seems to be a little hard on for chat this evening. My name is Corporate Cresta, Cresta Star, and I'm joined by the beautiful, illustrious, and award-winning Iridian. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing so well, Cresta. How are you? I've missed you. I feel like I've been gone for a long time because we had so many Chicago shows. Which I was in most of them. But man, it was a great time. But I'm excited that I got to watch it tonight because now we get to talk about it. So no Rick, but it's okay. We're here.
Yes.
We are the Collision Cowgirls together.
Riccacino, Blake Christian in some circles, a conspiracy that I started and am continuing to peddle until they do an interview together to prove that they are not the same person. Guys, we're talking about AEW Collision on this beautiful August 9th, 2025. I almost said 2017. I'm lost. I'm in the past. Corporations are closed on Saturday unless you're not running from the grind. Guys, we've got so much to talk about. Leave us a thumbs up on this video if you're watching this in the future, or if you're watching or hearing this on any platform that you're hearing Fightful on. We've got so much going on. Don't forget to check out Fightful Select, the best $5.99 in the business. We have so much going on there, including contract updates from Kyle Fletcher. He just had a match tonight. It was our opening match. There's select answers, Q&A with Sean Rossap, and even Wardlow updates. So go ahead and subscribe over on Fightful. And also we're climbing the hill over on YouTube to get 210,000 subscribers. So guys, we're at 204 right now. So go ahead and leave us a thumbs up. And if you want to get in on the conversation, don't forget to send us a super chat over here on Fightful on YouTube and a Humper chat over on humperchats.com. We just keep a little bit more of the proceeds and we talk about it. We yap about it and we get to talk. We'll put it up on screen. Something. I'm out of breath. I'm out of brains. Iridian, are you ready to go?
Let's party. The show started off hot with this first match and it literally took so long. I thought it was going to be the whole show, but 10 out of 10 for this one.
Honestly, truly, we get the opening bout. We have Kyle Fletcher versus Tomohiro Ishii for the TBS Championship match. First 5 minutes, slaps. What a stiff match. So a few things before I get into the meat and potatoes. We did have Paul Walter Hauser on commentary. How did you feel about it? Because I see how Chad is feeling about it. How did you feel about it?
All right. Going into it, I didn't get to see his intro when he came in or when they announced that he was also going to be on commentary. So I heard him and I said, who's that? Who's that man? That's not Adam Cole. That's not Daddy Magic, not Danny Garcia. Who else could they possibly have on commentary? I will say it's good to have a third person on commentary, but there was some things that he said that kind of took me away from the wrestling. I know he meant to say LFI and he said
LFC. Who's LFC?
I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? And there was just some things that like I focused then more on the commentary than what was going on in the ring, so that did kind of take away for a little bit. But I get it, it's his first time on commentary, it's on TV, there's going to be mistakes and hiccups, and he's also fresh to the world of being a professional wrestler, so I don't want to cut him too much. Like, I don't want to slander, but there was moments where I was slander. Like, interesting choice. Interesting. What did you think?
I mean, I'm not a Paul Heyman girl. Oof. I do think Don Callis should have. I just say, what was Don Callis doing? And I don't care if people don't like him. And Taz Jones. I don't care.
Someone said hold on. Someone in the comments said he was better than Colt Cabana. First of all, how dare you?
That's slander. That is actual
That-
slander.
That is slander. Colt Cabana is a national treasure in Chicago. It's like a Chicago-style hot dog. Is on the same level as Colt Cabana.
You can't say
So
that, especially for an Iridian. She hurts people.
I do. We will put the hands up. We're fighting.
I agree with you. I won't give him too much flack. There were times, I won't lie, he made me laugh. Like when he called Nigel a mark during this match for knowing what his first match was. And Nigel's like, we don't say that on national television. I was like, yeah, have some couth.
Like, sir, sweep that under the rug really quick. Not that one.
I mean, he was okay. I think that maybe a couple of more reps, if they choose to get him. My only actual critique, a little monotone. So that could be a little stressful on the ears after a while. So, just peaks and valleys. But you know what? If that's what you're going to do, that's what you're going to do. Also, according to my sources, he wrestles in MLW and had a storyline in AEW where Jericho stole his Emmy. If my sources are wrong, we will have them assassinated. So.
No, that's true. He may be back, so we should get adjusted. That's what I'll say about that.
I miss Ian Riccaboni rapping for Willow's intro.
Ian,
I'm just gonna say that.
I truly miss Ian. He's so fantastic on commentary, and he does add a lot. But my thing was like, was Adam Cole busy tonight? And same thing, like you, Don Callis was literally backstage cutting promos, the same promo that Kyle cut a few seconds earlier. Why couldn't you have him at the table? I was confused.
You know what? Let's get to the ending of this match because unfortunately for Tomohiro Ishii, as well stiff match this was, I'm talking brain busters on the apron, stiff shots on the apron. Kyle does retain and says, New Japan, send me your meatiest, your best, because I'm going to beat him. Cut to commercial, cut back. Don Callis, New Japan, send Kyle your meatiest and your best because I'm going to beat him. I'm seeing double 4 wrestlers.
Oh my God.
What did you think about this?
I really, when Kyle was talking about like, all right, Forbidden Door, I'm ready. I was like, Zack Sabre Jr. In my head, I was like, this is the match. Zack Sabre Jr., Kyle Fletcher, title versus title. I mean, but it would end in a draw, whatever. I was like, this is it. And then they announced that 4, which we'll talk about, but Nigel being in there, I was like, whoa, that's going to be who's fighting to fight Zack Sabre Jr.? That's perfection, honestly. Them cutting the same promo, Don Callis and Kyle, again, I said, you should have put one on commentary then. Because what was the reason you cut the literal same promo? You took time away from a women's match. That's all. Anytime there's some shenanigans, I'm like, there could have been a women's match there.
I like that. I'm going to use that. This could have been a women's match. Instead of an email, this could have been a women's match.
Exactly. This took time away. But I do want to get to a Humper chat that we have. Avon B says, the Kyle promo. So is Sammy just too busy making Instagram reels with his wife to get revenge on the guy who took out his tag team partner and might force him to relinquish his tag title?
That is a good point. However, if we're talking Sammy Guevara versus Kyle Fletcher, he wants to go home and be a dad. Kyle Fletcher's going to murderize that man. Look what he did to Ishii tonight. I have eyes. I watched the product.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. I think those titles, I don't know what's going to happen with them, but right now it seems like Sammy and Dustin are kind of like in a rocky place right from when they had to fight each other for that belt. Like there was just going to be conflict right from the start, but absolutely Kyle Fletcher would destroy Sammy Guevara. There was a time where I would have been like, no, Sammy's got this, but the wrestler that Kyle Fletcher is right now, fantastic. He is the champion that we need. I think he was going to be a better champion than Dustin. No offense to Dustin, but I think just what we're getting from Kyle Fletcher right now is perfection, and he's going to be such a good fighting champion, and he would destroy Sammy.
Yeah, I mean, just pure kayfabe. That man is dead. D-E-D, dead. I see what he did to Dustin, and Dustin didn't want to give up no matter how much blood he lost. Sammy, he got a family. He's going to go home and be a family man, so I would stay away from Kyle, too. Kyle got too much of a chip on his shoulder right now. Let him go do angry pink things.
Yeah.
We do come up to the Gates of Agony with Ricochet beating up people in the back, and I tweeted, "Us light skins are up." Ah man, I live for this because Ricochet has gone from being corny and bald to, yeah, I'm still corny and bald, but I'll beat you up.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're gonna jump you. And I find it interesting that the two people you get with, they have hair, so no one can call you bald to your face.
Interesting. They're like the bodyguards. You can't say nothing in my face because these two big guys are right behind me. And that makes sense because they are scary. But Ricochet is also a little scary. Like we've seen now week after week, he's really holding his own. And these promos are hilarious. He is not letting the fact that people are calling him bald every week get to him. Because even during his match, he was like, there might be no hair, but at least there's brains or something like that. I was like, sir, please, sir.
I live. This man has, I think so many people sing his praises every week, and I'm singing his praises now because we're up. Light-skinned villains. We are winning. We are. This is great. This is fantastic because these guys are actual bad guys. Like you said, it doesn't matter that he doesn't have any hair. He's going to stab you with scissors, and that's insane.
Craziness. It's bald is evil. # bald is evil.
Listen, we love some bald people, and Ricochet, I think I have to love him or he's going to stab me. Moving on, we have the matriarchy. Is that what they're called now?
I believe so, right? Nick Wayne's mama runs that crew.
I mean, she was running the crew before. She was just letting Christian Cage talk. I couldn't tell you what this promo was about. I just know that Kip Sabian he looks like, I don't know what like a French pirate or something. And I want him to wrestle in that blouse. I do.
I can't with you. I think he's giving off a little like evil Prince Charming, like something like that. I think I like where this is going. It took me a while, but I was like, yes, I'm glad they're not with Christian anymore. But then afterwards, I'm like, girl, what are you going to do without Christian? But Mama Wayne being in charge makes sense because she's like, this is my kid, not your kid. What the heck?
Period.
Exactly. But Nick Wayne says that, basically his next chapter is going to be them ending Cope. Ending Christian. But in my head, I was like, all right, now we're going to get that ladder match. Instead of the Hardys, it's going to be Nick Wayne and Kip in this ladder match tag team. It's going to be great. I'm envisioning a wonderful time. Mama Wayne's going to push somebody and it'll be just a 5-star match.
So then who's the Dudley Boys in this situation? Do we get a table, ladders, and chairs? Because famously at SummerSlam, they only had 2 of the legends. There was no third match. There was no third tag team in there.
Okay, crazy because I honestly didn't even think the Hardys were going to be there. So when they
TNA.
I know, but I was like, there's still situations there. I was like, maybe they feel a type of way. They won't show up. But they were in the crowd. Jeff was like clapping his little heart away. I was like, oh, okay now. And I'm still hoping that the Hardys get their last run in WWE, but that's a whole nother story. But right now, we can have Christian and Edge. This is what people have been wanting. Christian and Cope, sorry. But I'm ready for this. If this is what it takes to get that ladder match, that tag team ladder match, let's do it.
I do want to highlight this really quickly because I agree with the show it. Hello. Not the blouse. You guys are typing so fast. No, the Bucks are the third team. I can see that.
Bucks. I love
Max and what was that? Max and Knock Jackson or whatever they called them last week since they don't have their real names.
Staff.
Staff. Insert name here. That's really funny. Dang. We then have Megan Bane with Penelope Ford versus Emily Rose. Emily Rose, baby girl. I'm glad that you got on TV. I'm sorry you have to face Megan Bane. I have no notes besides running powerbomb. I think she needs a name for it.
I was so upset. Emily, like the way that they panned to her after going to Megan, I'm like, that's disrespectful. That's rude.
That wouldn't be the first time tonight that they really disrespected someone already in the ring.
Yes. And I can't wait to talk about that one. But I was like, man, and especially like halfway, like I guess the match was only like about a minute long. So 30 seconds in, they were talking about Emily's story and how she literally became a wrestler after she went to an AEW show. Like that's what made her become a wrestler. And I'm like, oh my God, that's great. Give her 30 more seconds. Dang, give her a minute and 30 at least. Like, no, they were not having it. But I thought that was a great story. But Megan, of course, picked up the win. And who's really beating Megan right now? I don't have anybody. Comment.
I hate to say it.
Who's beating Megan?
Megan Bane is up there with cattle prod territory. I hate to say it. There are very few wrestlers where you're like, yo, I have to cattle prod you. She's that good because I feel like even if, let's say if Megan Bane was in a match with Athena and Athena's really giving it to her, even like I'm trying to think of who else is like a stiff striker. I could see Megan Bane popping up like the Undertaker, like you have to cattle. She's pound for pound. She's strong. STRONK.
And even if like in that scenario, if she did have a match against Athena and she lost, you would still be like, man, Megan really went through that. Like she, like she put in work. So she literally, even if she would lose, I think she would not lose. That's where she's at right now. And that's insane. Shout outs to AEW for doing that with Megan because they did it a little bit with Jade. And then I think they kind of like lost their footing. But right now, the way that Megan's being built up, unstoppable powerhouse.
Unstoppable, Ron-stoppable. I want to get into some of these super chats before I get too far lost. We have $2 from Jess Ricardo. Thank you so much. There's 2 women power trip. Hope the graps were great. The wrestling's always good on AEW. I very rarely complain about AEW actual wrestling.
Yeah. The storyline, we might be questioned, but
yeah. Spooky storylines. Matthew Hook sends another $2, says AEW is just fun and on a heater right now. #graps. Orion Ben says Iridian Fave 2 interviews were fire tonight. Hi, Crest. That's me. Iridian award winner. Okay. Give her flowers.
Thank you. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
And we have one more for right now from Van Twinblade. Thank you so much. It says, are you two going to come to my lovely city, drink at City Museum, and watch Wrestle Dream in the best goddamn wrestling city on the planet? I assume you're referring to Chicago.
Wrestle Dream. Yes, that is going to be, you're right. I forgot about that. They announced that. I, unfortunately, will not be in the beautiful city of Chicago, which, AEW always does this. They come and have a great show in December. Last time they were here, CM Punk debuted and I was in Mexico and I missed it. So please hold off on having spectacular things happen in AEW until I get back. I'll be back in January, but are you going to go?
The way my bank account is set up is that if you guys donate and you send a lot of money over to Fightful and or Cresta Star, maybe. But also myself in September, October, I do take like a month off for a vacation. Got to get your mind, spirit, and your body right to detox, you know? Something sage and a stone. So we'll see. Okay. Oh, New York, the best wrestling city in the world. That's right. But I didn't want to be vain.
We are confirming Missouri is where Wrestle Dream is going to be.
Oh, absolutely not.
I'm not going to Missouri.
I'm not going to Missouri. I went once and that was
I also went one time. It was a long drive, but I'll watch from the comforts of my home. I was thinking about the very last pay-per-view that they're going to do, which is World's End, I believe. I want to say that's World's End will be in Chicago, but I can't confirm or deny. My Google's acting up. But yeah, that's where we're at right now.
We were like, maybe Chicago, New York. Like St. Louis? No, thank you. I'm so sorry. Shout out to St. Louis. Shout out to Radio Area. Thank you.
I love how you were Chicago. You're like, maybe, I don't know. St. Louis, wrong.
I went one time. That was too many times.
I saw the little thingy from afar.
Too many times. Anyway, guys, moving on. We had a backstage promo with Big Bill and Brian Keith. This is the comedy wrestle match that's not actually a comedy wrestle match that I need. Big Bill versus Juice Robinson.
2 clowns.
Too many lines.
2 clowns in the rodeo. That's what that was.
You got big clown. You have the idiot and a smaller idiot. And I live for this.
And you know what made that even funnier was that Lexi was the one doing the interview, and her and Big Bill being a couple and then just not acknowledging it in AEW while she's interviewing. Like he's yelling into the camera. She's like trying to squeeze the mic in. Like that was hilarious. I love that. I think that was my favorite promo of the night.
Lexi tonight was on it. Even with the Max Caster, she's trying to. Lexi had her rodeo clown nose on tonight, and I love it when everyone's in on the joke too.
Yes.
Especially the people who are not supposed to be in on the joke. Do you have anything for this besides they're coming for you, Juice, and too many lines?
I literally wrote, please leave Juice alone. We just got him back. He is too precious to be risked like this. You better stay safe in the ring, sir.
Can you imagine? The match that they're going to have is going to be so funny because Juice Robinson is going to try to climb that man.
And Big Bill is going to let him.
And Big Bill is going to let him.
Yeah.
I love professional wrestling because what the fuck?
Because what is literally going on? That's why.
What is happening? Followed up, as we talked about Juice Robinson, we do have Juice Robinson versus Ricochet. Now, Juice Robinson comes out with Austin Gunn, and they have Card Blade and Colton Card Gunn together. And Ricochet comes out conspicuously alone. I don't think so, pal. Main points from this is Juice is growing his beard back. I like that. I do like bald beard Juice, but bearded Juice just gives me the crazy, ravenous Cinnamon Toast Crunch gremlin that I need in my life. At the beginning, Ricochet wants to walk out. Doesn't happen. He ends up coming back. And I don't know. The best parts of this match was Juice Robinson menacing Ricochet, like slapping his head mad times, going up to the top rope, shining his head, slapping it a few times. Also, we have Ricochet giving why he took out Card Blade over in the commentary with the ladder. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, and we do get Gates of Agony eventually interfering. We have Toa Leona distracting the ref. Khan slams Juice, but it's still only a 2 just for Big Bill to come out and exact his revenge. Ricochet hits the Spirit Gun on Juice Robinson for the win. Iridian, what are your thoughts on, to quote Nigel, this miscarriage of justice?
Nigel, that's why they got thrown at Nigel at commentary today. Did you see his little face when he was like caught off guard? Like, oh my God.
Yeah, that did happen. They hit him right in the face.
Yep. I thought he was going to be upset. I was like, oh, Nigel, hold back now, hold back. But he was like, just, played it off cool, casually. My thing with Ricochet coming out by himself, the first thing I noticed, I was like, that's a Cody Rhodes jacket, sir, if I've ever seen one. Where did you get that Cody Rhodes jacket? Who made that for you? Give it back.
Shut up.
Give it back. That's not your jacket. And then Austin and Juice, I was like, I can't wait for them to be able to have all of the cardboards at once, for sale in AEW shop. They will all be here. If I could collect them all, they will be here for Saturday shows. Love that for me. But man, I honestly need a little collab between Juicy Couture and Juice Robinson because his outfit is a little too plain for me. It's just too black. Like I need him to add a little pop of like a bedazzle or something. Hashtag juicy.
Juicy Juice Robinson.
Juicy Couture Robinson to you. That's what that'll be.
God. And we have a Roaring 20s collection for the ladies featuring Tony Storm.
Someone contact Juicy Couture right now.
That's
free. Free $99.
We're helping out.
And I love that he wasn't, because it was a singles match, he didn't have anything that matched the Guns. When he like fights as a tag team member, he'll put on the little undies over, the little tassels, and he was like, no, I'm Juice Robinson tonight. It's just all black.
I am regular Juice Robinson.
Yes, with the beard. But I love the vocals. He's still crazy in the ring, which I was scared that when he came back we weren't going to get, but he's still there. He's still there.
He's still yelling. We love him. We do have the chat. One thing about anime nerds is they're going to tell you what's an anime nerd. That is not a Cody Rhodes jacket. That is a One Piece cosplay, more specifically General Smoker.
Thank you guys. As a non-anime person, I only watch one show That's My Hero Academia. That's the only anime I watch. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. But because I haven't seen that show, I said, Cody Rhodes.
You better stop. The One Piece fans will come and get you. They will come and get you. They will come for you, okay? I have no opinions or feelings, and don't ask me about it. Next one, next match, okay? I pray to have the confidence or the delusion of Max Caster. I want to be that delusional in my life, in my person. This man said, Roosh did not beat me. He survived, the best wrestler alive. You took me to my limit, Roosh, but not even you could beat the best wrestler alive.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
In Chicago, I was chanting. I said, let's go, Max. You're the best wrestler alive. I was there. We were all on pitch. He's got the crowd behind him, okay? This promo was perfection. You're telling me that he said he took Rush to his limits? Bro, be so serious right now, sir. I need you to be so serious.
But he's dead ass.
Exactly. He was like, because Lexi was like, well, actually, 3 men came out and to jump you. And, you know, he was like, well, I understand because you need you need a 3-on-1 if you're going to fight me. What? I actually love. I'm about to buy a t-shirt tonight, okay?
Stop,
Max Caster
please.
t-shirt tonight because it's working. It's working. I didn't think it was going to work and here we are. I love it.
I want to be that delusional, quite honestly, because that's the type of confidence I need in my life. He said it makes sense that they would have to jump me because I'm the best. And it also makes sense that JetSpeed would come out for the save because you want to get on the winning team.
Mm.
I don't want to laugh in your face because who am I? I'm over here self-conscious and you out here got Lexi doing up and down with the nutcracker. Who am I?
That little nutcracker bit. And then this was after, mind you, after he did push-ups with the little claps.
Let's go. You know, at first I was like, yo, you're right there with bum ass Baron Corbin. But I would say a hot controversial take. This is above that. This has hit the corniness scale to where it's almost perfection. You're almost right there. And I'm sports entertained and I want to hate you ethically, but I can't.
And you know what I will say? Max Caster is a worker, okay? Worker. When he was getting beat up still at one of the Chicago shows, he, fell to the floor and he was rolling up the ramp. And I'll tell you, he rolled himself up the ramp, stayed on the floor until past backstage. That man, dedication. So shout out to you, Max Caster. You are probably the MVP of the night for me.
Honestly, I will remember this promo. And when people say, isn't Max Caster corny, Cresta? Didn't you call Max Caster corny? I'm like, but hold on. He also taught a masterclass in believing in yourself.
Mm-hmm. And that's something we can all try to do. Believe in ourselves.
Worry about yourself, okay? Mm-hmm. Turn a negative into a positive. Roosh didn't beat me up because I got the W. Mm-hmm. I took him to his limit, but he can't survive the best wrestler alive.
Mm. And honestly, that's true. You can't deny it. Roosh didn't beat him in 5 minutes.
Get good. Sorry, Roosh.
Be the best.
Be better. Speaking of being the best and being better, we then have a trio match with FTR and Stokely. Not I guess FTRs. I don't know, but FTR and Stokely.
I wrote FTR and Stokely.
That's what I wrote too.
FTR.
Versus 3 jobbers. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, 3 journeymen. Only person I got was Joe Keys because that name is going to live rent free in my head to the end of time.
I'm glad you wrote the names because I put 3 men. I said FTR and Stokely versus 3 men.
The highlights of this match is we want Stokely chance. Stokely coming down the ramp with his crutch, valiantly throwing the crutch away to wrestle and then running away. So that's the notes I have. Stokely gets the pin and then gets the crutches back. What do you have on this, Iridian?
Not much because literally everything happened so fast in this match. I was just confused as to why Stokely was wrestling. I didn't know he had permission to get into the ring like that. And also the fact that on commentary, I believe Paul is the one that said it. He's like, Stokely looks like he's leading a jazzercise class. That did make me cackle. I'll say that. It was like a loud ha, but
that you know what? Live your truth.
yeah, I mean, just nice knowing you, sirs. The three of you guys who really went out there and tried your best. Good for them. I feel like, have they been on AEW before? I feel like we've seen them.
Definitely Joe Keys has. I remember that name from before, but maybe these other men. I'm just being honest.
Just being honest. Yeah, no notes. But the next match I was like excited for, even though somebody didn't get an entrance.
So peep this. At the end of this match, right? They do whatever and they pan over the ring. I see someone getting in the ring. I thought it was Wheeler Yuta. I'm like, maybe they're about to do a promo of
say Wheeler Yuta. So I was like, oh, Yuta match. Here I come.
And then they start talking about this technical spectacle. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Wheeler Yuta is a former Ring of Honor Pure Champion.
Yep.
Then they announce Hechicero. I'm like, all right. And then it's AR Fox in the ring already. Yo, wasn't he just in a program like really used like 2 weeks ago? Justice for AR Fox, because honestly, you're rude. You're nasty girls.
Danny Garcia, who was on commentary, got an intro. And you're telling me the person who was in the match can't get an intro? Are you kidding me? It's AR Fox. I feel like we're forgetting who that man is. I mean, I know we're not, but are people in general forgetting who AR Fox is? Like, he's been coming out week after week, giving bangers of matches, and now he's not getting an intro, a little entrance. What's going on here? It takes 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds. That man can run into the ring. Disrespectful. I didn't even write anything down about the match. I was so disrespected.
Well, let's talk about the match just this much, because the technical spectacle, I think, is really what was the point of this match. So next week, there is going to be as they keep saying, a technical spectacle, and that's going to be Nigel McGuinness, Lee Moriarty, Hechicero, and Daniel Garcia in a 4-way, and the winner of that gets to get beat up, has the privilege to wrestle Zack Sabre Jr. So I don't know about you, but I could think of one other person, that's Kate, who's probably like, oh yeah, I want to see some man do some pretzel stuff. I'm excited about that. This match in and of itself was really, really good. So my question to you first is, how did you feel about this technical spectacle being announced before this match?
Oh, I was actually very excited because we get to see our boy Nigel. Like, I feel like he's not going to win, but I feel like it's going to be a really, really fantastic match because you got guys like Danny Garcia in there, who's had phenomenal matches in Ring of Honor against other technical people like Wheeler Yuta, Lee Moriarty, who the champ himself, also just fantastic technically. And Nigel wrote the book basically, right? On being a technical wrestler. So now you added Hechicero into the mix, who did phenomenal in this match with AR, by the way. Probably one of the top matches of the night. But these four, I'm so excited. Like you said, there's going to be pretzels. There's going to be little figurines. You're going to feel like, damn, I've never seen that stretch before. Like,
afterwards, like, I need to go to a chiropractor. What am I doing? I'm doing a stretch.
I need to extend my leg a little more or something. But it's going to be a really, really good match. I'm actually hoping that for this one, we see Lee Moriarty pick up the win. I would love to see him have a chance against Zack Sabre Jr. I want to say Danny Garcia has fought Zack Sabre Jr. before. Am I wrong? I feel like we've seen that. Somebody confirm or deny. But not to shade Danny, but I don't want to see Danny versus Zack Sabre Jr. I would love to see Lee Moriarty. I think, not to say that we've seen enough of Danny, I think that this is a huge opportunity, and Lee Moriarty as champ right now could really benefit from a match like this with Zack Sabre Jr. in AEW.
I'm a Nigel shill. I want to see the two Englishmen do English things. I want to see them put on their little boxers, put their fists up like this, and I want to see
I
Like
would
what the? Go
I
ahead.
would love to see Nigel in that match. I mean, I feel like it could go either way. There's a possibility that Nigel could win, but then he also needs to commentate a little bit. He needs to go back, grab the
He needs
mic.
to do both. He needs to do the Booker T. Wow. Honestly, the only way that match could get better is if Bryan Danielson was the special guest ref. That would pop me eternally.
Man.
Oh man, I can't wait for this match. We do have a humper chat from Rafael Garcia. Did we read this? No, we didn't. I think. Okay. It says, only caught the last 30 minutes, but I knew TK books for me because we are one step closer to Zack Sabre Jr. versus McGuinness. Everyone said, oh, we're getting Ospreay, Zack Sabre Jr. again. I knew we were hopefully getting Zack Sabre, Nigel, Grappity Graps. Ospreay versus Gabe Kidd is next, maybe. Isn't Gabe Kidd and both Ospreay injured right now?
I don't know. There's a lot going on in AEW with injuries and people out. Like, I thought we were gonna have Eddie Kingston by then.
Yeah.
Here's not. Jay White, I thought we were also gonna have him. Buddy, like there's
Adam
a lot of
Cole.
people. Adam Cole, yeah. Oh, it sucks. Injuries suck.
Wrestling is a dangerous business. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of dangerous business, so AR Fox got beat up by Hechicero.
Yeah.
AR Fox got the jobber entrance, which I hate. He had to take 2 dives and a top rope suicider to get Hechicero to go down to the outside. When he went up for a swanton bomb, he got the knees to the back from Hechicero. There was a spinning submission neck breaker, but at the end of the day, there was a rear chin headlock for Hechicero to get the tap win. Any thoughts on that?
I am not mad that Hechicero won because, of course, you have to build people up before the big match next week. I'm glad that I guess it just wasn't a squash match because, like we've said, you know, AR Fox has really been putting in that work every week. And we do see he's a star. And I do believe Paul on commentary was like, oh, I do like AR Fox. You know, there's something about rooting for the underdog, or like he felt like a relatable underdog. He said something along those lines. Then I'm like, yeah, you know, when you're watching AR Fox wrestle, you're just like, man, I want to root for this guy. Like, and he's such a good wrestler. Unfortunately, he didn't pick up the win, but it is what it is. He better get an entrance next week.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Don't. What are we doing here?
What's happening?
What's happening here? I can tell you what I'm low-key excited about what's happening here. The Harley Cameron rebrand. Is she going crazy? Is she about to do you remember Chelsea Green's hot mess gimmick where she was just bonkers and if that's what's happening, I am sports entertained, I'm sports concerned, and sports intrigued all at once.
Girl, I thought we were getting somebody debuting. I was like, who is this? What's going on? And then I was like, Nikki Cross?
Stop.
I was like, who's going? Like, what's going on here? I was so confused. But I am ready for this new rebrand, whatever Harley's got going on, because she's kept the face mask on and I don't think she needs it. I think she's just like, this is me now. And I love that for her. You know, she is somebody who can really commit to the bit. I respect that. So I'm just excited because we saw what she did with the puppet and I don't think she took the puppet far enough. You know, I think we could have gotten a little bit more, a little bit longer.
See what you did for Lily, God. You could do it for this puppet.
Yep. So I'm ready. I would see maybe somehow she would feud with that new trio in Thekla and Julia and Skye. So I'm ready for that. How are you feeling?
Honestly, Harley Cameron could do no wrong to me. I mean, I would like her to win some, but also it's hard to win some in AEW when all the girls are crazy there. Every single woman there is crazy. That even the quote unquote jobbers are crazy. So it's a tough world out there at AEW. I just want her to win something, but I don't know against who. Who is
Megan? You can't.
Not even Penelope Ford, because she's crazy too. All the girls at AEW, and Ringo Honor, they're all crazy. The cattle prod, you got to walk around with that thing on you. Speaking of crazy women, we do get the House of Hart's spiritual daughter triangle of madness with Sky Blue, Thekla, and Julia Hart versus Melo, Queen Aminata, and Willow.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Ian Riccaboni so much right now because I do miss the Willow raps. I don't know about you guys, but when he was rapping over Willow, I'm like, I believe, and I want Willow to win everything. Okay, this match was fantastic.
Yeah.
I will say my piece last. You go first. Tell me what you thought of it.
No, I thought it was a fantastic match. I really love this new trio. Hate the name. The Triangle of Madness. You already had Death Triangle. You had a triangle gimmick already. So what happened to the House of Hart? We literally came up with this. What happened with the House of Hart? It makes no sense. But that's literally my only thing. I was like, the triangle, don't like the name, but the match was great. I love it. I really truly see this new trio dominating the women's tag or trio division, because I know we're talking about like, when will we get tag divisions and women? Right now we have so many women that are teams and duos that you can have, some potential of like tournaments and stuff like that. So I do like them as a trio. But what are your thoughts? How do you think the match went?
Gotta always shout out the matching gear, because when Willow, Ty Mello, and Queen all came out, they all had some sort of little green on. They were doing their thing. Triangle of Madness had on all black. That pounce spot when Thekla did her little spider walk, was about to go kick this girl's face in. Willow said, "Not on my watch." And I believed it. I felt that in my soul. I thought that was crazy. Sky Blue getting the win here. It's about time we put some respect on Sky Blue's name, because she's been the fall guy quite a bit. The Rocky Romero of the group, if you will. Insanely talented. Insanely talented, always eats the pin. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Shout out to Rocky Romero. We love him. We love him,
Rocky.
But if he's in a match, who?
That's like Wheeler Yuta.
I have no sympathy for Wheeler Yuta now. I'm sorry. I ethically hate Wheeler Yuta again.
Not ethically.
You turned your back on us too many times, Wheeler Utes, okay? I was feeling bad for you when you were like, but maybe there's freedom. And then you did some sucker stuff. You deserve it. And that's why Marina Shafir slaps you around. You deserve it. I'm sorry. I ethically hate him now.
That's so crazy. No, I feel you. When he, again, Colt Cabana, you crossed the line. So when he was out there fighting Colt Cabana, and then Hangman did show him a little bit of sympathy though. So I think maybe he's coming back, right? He's like, see, nobody's coming to help you. I almost killed you. And look, you're just here bleeding. You're bleeding on the floor and nobody's here to rescue you. I was like, all right, maybe now you'll learn. So I still have a little hope.
Once the angsty bangs are shaved, then I'll give him a chance.
Not the bangs.
I chime in.
Oh my God.
We get a Sky Flight promo, which I like the angle. The group looks great. I guess. Any notes?
Is that like the angle?
I like the angle from above because they all look buff and strong. Everyone look good, but what this promo said?
Nope, same. I didn't hear anything.
Scorpio Sky looks great.
Yeah.
Layla Gray looks great too. I'm glad they got her out that flight attendant gimmick. She looks great.
Layla, she really is the star of the crew, as she should be. That's my note.
Period. All right. FTR and Stokely cut a promo on Cope. He said, "I'll make you my hoe." I was like, Stokely Hathaway, last week you were short, bald, and ugly. This week you're turning people into hoes. Yo, this bald man is a menace. We all got all our eyes on Ricochet, and the true bad guy is this bald man. Speaking of other bald villains, and I quote, forget about my ugly wife and my brat daughter. Was it like 7 months ago you was ready to slap somebody because you was about to defend your title in front of your daughter, sir? The daughter that you were like, I told my baby girl. I remember. And now your wife is ugly? Insane. You're sleeping on the couch tonight, pal. Insane.
Men are trash, And you know what? Coming from FTR, I didn't expect anything more either way. So.
That's crazy. Your wife is gonna pal drive you, pal. What an insane! What if she hit you with the Samson and Delilah? She shaves your mustache off of your sleep. That's the source of your power. What are you gonna do then, Dax?
You're right. I feel like that's where a lot of his power comes from, a lot of his confidence, and he shouldn't have that much confidence, is the mustache. But I don't know. I feel like now that they think they got a third in Stokely, that they really think that they're invincible. And you know what, FTR, the day will come.
FTR wife, you know what to do. Shave that man's mustache. Get your revenge. Not FTR wife. Next we get the Max Caster promo with, we talked about it earlier, where he was doing jumping jacks, he was doing spins, tricks, dunks, and dives, and Lexi there right along on the beat. April O'Neil.
Shout outs to Lexi, girl. You did that tonight. You did.
Lexi was on her. The only other person I know who's a clown like that is Renee. Renee in WWE used to be with the clownery. So yeah. I respect it. Max says, I'm going to call someone out, and I'm going to show y'all my note. I posted it on Twitter because not Shibata.
I wrote, not the slow music, because you know who's coming out. You know. You hear the dun-dun-dun-dun, and you know Shibata's coming out. I was like, oh, man. And you know what's even crazier? I was like, Shibata's really going to lose.
Stop. My chair's broken. I broke my chair laughing. Stop.
I was like, Shibata against the best wrestler alive. Hold on to your boots.
The result might shock you.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I did not have that thought. I was like, he's about to kill this man. Shibata survived near death. Max Caster, you will know death.
Man, it was a good match. It was a good match. You know, good try, but it didn't happen, and you can't win them all. But I did appreciate that after Shibata won, he extended his hand out, and he's like, respect. You did a good job, kid. And I love that for him.
I mean, if you get beat up by Shibata and live to tell the tale, and he shook your hand, hey, it's only up from here.
Wait till the promo next week that Max is gonna cut. He's gonna talk about, you know, Shibata, worthy opponent, and he probably, you know, he probably had a moment of weakness. I let him win, you know, something like that. I'm ready.
Insane. I'm ready for the, you know, this was a wrestler who had a near-death experience, so I wanted to give him a winning experience
against the best wrestler alive.
Yo, Tony Khan, come back for that second interview. We got some ideas.
Come back, Tony. Oh, just write this thing down real quick.
Write that down. Yeah, so, you know, Shibata beats up Max Caster. I'm happy that they did that instead of Max winning, because I might have walked away. I might have been like, all right, that's too much.
You might have cut the show off right there. You'd have been like, you know what? I'm cut off tonight.
I can only suspend my disbelief so much. Okay? Don't do that to me.
I was okay. I think I was okay with it because that promo was just so great. Then I'm like, all right, we can take a loss. You know, humble him a little bit.
Not humble Shibata.
Humble Max, not humble Shibata.
Yeah, chill out, Shibata. You do too much.
Could you imagine saying we got to humble Shibata a little bit? That's crazy.
Iridian, you're so funny, please.
That's so crazy. Oh my god. No, humble Max, but that's hilarious.
Shibata, you need to chill out.
Shibata, you're too good. All right, we need to remind you.
I'm hot. I can imagine him saying that. Yeah, I needed to humble him because he's been on a losing streak.
Oh my god. It was a fun show tonight. It really was.
I can't wait for that promo next week where he's like, I don't want to cry on stream because this is too funny. I'm not even doing a bit, y'all.
Well, meanwhile, love to see you laugh. Stereo Academy Films sent in a super chat saying, we're finishing the episode now. We love y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you want us to read your comment, you can also comment down below. Leave us a super chat. Leave us a humper chat. I'm also updating those to see if we've gotten any more. But let us know your thoughts on the show tonight. Are you laughing along with us? Do you love Max Caster? Because we love Max Caster. He's the best wrestler alive. 10 out of 10. Fantastic promo tonight. Great match against Shibata. What somebody in the comments said, the wrestler versus the best wrestler alive. Instant classic.
Okay. I'm sorry, I popped myself too hard thinking about Shibata being humbled by Max Caster. I'm so sorry. That was very unprofessional of me. We're at our main event.
I broke Cresta. I'm so sorry. I do take that as a win, though. Thank you.
Because Iridian's right. That promo next week is going to be so much. Please. Okay, we're at our main event.
Main event, guys. Main event. And we have another super chat. 10 out of 10, guys.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Okay. We have a super chat from Michael Allen Lewis that says, hear me out. In next year's Stardom 5-star Grand Prix, we have 16 of AEW's women's compete against 16 of Stardom's wrestler. Good ones. Wow.
Good ones. Wait a minute.
Please, I'm trying to catch my breath. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What you mean by that? Like Tony, Mercedes, and Athena. What you mean by that?
First of all, what does that mean? All the women in AEW are good. How dare you? Thank you for the super chat. But
Thank you.
There's so many women right now on the AEW roster that are fantastic. And I would not mind seeing a tournament like that. You would be able to have Anna Jay, who's already participated in Stardom. You'd be able to have Deonna Purrazzo, someone who we were always talking about. Like, let's put her in there. Skye Blue would be fantastic. Like, there's so many possibilities. I would love to see how they would play around with that. I think that'd be a good idea.
And there's a couple of women, on the undercard. The Renegade twins are always stuck in my mind at the first forefront because these girls put in the work. So even if it's in a losing effort, I think it makes sense for every wrestler to go to any G1 if you can, any sort of tournament out in New Japan, because those tournaments, in my opinion, and I don't watch wrestling and I'm just a jabroni, in my opinion, those tournaments give you a new lease on your character and a new lease on life. And all that stiff stuff that you swear up and down you can do. Okay, our last super chat for right now from Orion Ben saying, I'm totally down for Hangman versus Roosh before Forbidden Door. Who's going to lose that match? I ask you, who's going to lose that match?
No, and I completely agree with that. But before I say, I guess what I will say, because I wrote down my notes for the main event. That main event, craziness, and it went overtime.
Yes.
Insane. JetSpeed and Hangman. What a fun team. I do like that. I was like, oh, when I saw this was going to be the main, I'm like, this is a little fun, a little thrown together match. This is cute. Shout out to Tony Khan for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But man, Hechicero, Roosh, and Beast Mortos. That's a lot. That's a lot of hard hits. Okay. Hard hits. Meat. Yeah. Big meat.
We love a good gout. Where's Meat Normus? This match was so good. You just had two dudes slapping each other, Hangman and Roosh. The moonsault to Roosh from Adam Page to the outside. You had the JetSpeed. I like these guys. I like these guys in TNA. I love Mike Bailey. I think he's one of those guys who likes wrestling so much that you're like, yo, shut up, but you're right. And I think he's someone who's always going to be an add to a team. So
yeah.
The double drop kick from JetSpeed. And at this point, I stopped writing because so much started happening before the finish.
No, same. I stopped. I guess I was just like really watching, but I stopped typing. Yes, I know I said Hechicero, Dralistico was in there. Sorry. But yeah, I was like Hangman and Dralistico, Hangman and Roosh. Let's get those matches because every week that's a banger that feeds families. Mm-hmm. That's a lot. I would love to see that. For a long time, JetSpeed was kind of taken out of the picture. And I was like, what the heck? Like, I really expected to see a little bit more of them. But Kevin Knight is such a good wrestler. Oh, my God. I love seeing him in the ring. That guy's fantastic. And him being paired up with Mike Bailey, that's just, that makes sense. It makes sense. I really like their chemistry together. It works. And they're a fun team to watch. So being paired with a guy like Hangman Adam Page in a match like this, really hard hitting. And I hope we get like a best of 3 from this, maybe best of 7. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing them every week fight in a match like this.
No, honestly, JetSpeed, like you said, is just so good. Mike Bailey could go out there and do cartwheels, and I'll be sports entertained, honestly. Kevin Knight could go out there and do jumping jacks, and I too will be again. JetSpeed versus Top Flight. You can even put them in that technical spectacle because they're really good on the floor too.
Yeah.
They go up in the air because, hey, why not? There's no way I want to take an Ultimate Weapon from Speedball. What you mean you're going to do a backflip and put your knees in my chest? Get the hell out of here. He's so good. So good. I didn't even write down who won this because I was just looking at it like, what is happening? So who, I mean, I know Adam Page and JetSpeed won. And I know what I wrote too before this started. Dralistico is here to take the pin. That's why Roosh was in the match before this.
You're like, I already know how this is going to go. I know how this is going to play out.
Yeah, I hate that for Dralistico because he's so good. He was slapping the shit out, the crap out of people too. This is a PG-13 stream.
No, he was. And again, it's like when you have matches like this, who's gonna lose?
Yeah.
Not the wrestling fans will tell you that.
Bam, that part.
Entertained. That's what we were. Of course, Hangman's got to win because he's a champ right now. But Roosh really put up a fight. And you know this is not over. You absolutely know this is not over. We're going to get Roosh and Hangman some other time. And it'll probably be a championship title match. So I'm hoping that's a pay-per-view match right there. I don't know when it's going to happen, but hopefully sooner rather than later.
It can't happen because, again, who's going to lose that match?
Someone's got to be humbled.
Please. Hashtag Shibata gets humbled. Humble Shibata.
Shibata, we love you. We love you too much.
I love you, Shibata.
Shibata, excellence.
Ladies and gentlemen, and that was AEW Collision. I had my brain collided with the front of my skull laughing so hard. We got one more super chat in at the last minute. Need Max Caster's promo next week to deliver for Cresta. I mean, honestly, I will admit here in front of a live studio ostrich that I was giving Max Caster hell for quite a bit. He's corny, this, that, and the third. If he says he humbled Shibata next week, I will come in here and professionally in front of everyone and apologize, and I will be a Max Caster stan. I will. In front of all you guys, I will eat crow. I will be a stan, and I'll defend him. And when people say, Cresta, so you're just going to flip-flop? My answer will be absolutely. If he says I humbled Shibata, in my delusional mind, you've watched my show, and I will be a stan. And I will defend you till the end of time for no other reason. So
I'm telling you, I feel like he won me over sooner than I thought that he would because we were over the Raps, were we not?
True.
And then they split up and we were like, you know what? Bring them back. I was ready to bring the Raps back. And these 5-minute challenges, beat the clock style matches that he's been having, I think the way that he's been working the crowd, and the crowd loves him too. You can't say that people are not cheering for him. It's not like when Mark Sterling comes out and was like, all right, everybody, premier athletes, everybody will say suck. If they really wanted to participate, they'd be like, are great, or whatever he has them say. But Max Caster has people chanting for long periods of time, let's go, Max, you're the best wrestler alive. And he preps you. I think the fans are really behind him. I love it. I'm here for the gimmick. 10 out of 10. This is working for him. And I actually favor him a little bit more than I do Anthony Bowens. And that's
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy. Because we were on board for Owens, were we not? For Bowens.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
And now I'm like, Bowens, what is happening here? Someone said, did we mention the Bowens vignette? And that goes to show you, I don't even remember a Bowens vignette.
I think they showed a little bit when Daddy Ass had scheduled that match for him against Max, and then he went back into the ring and they were like, oh, what's happening? And they kind of switched up on us because now I really don't know how I feel about Bowens, but I absolutely will tell you, Max Caster comes out, I will cheer.
Not Max Caster doing a Destiny swap with Anthony Bowens.
Oh.
Honestly. Tyrone Kid sends another super chat. The humble K Shibata with K. Humble. Stop. Can you imagine Max Caster? Sit down. Be humble, please. Ooh, my chest hurts. I don't have asthma, but I think I'm about to have an asthma attack. All right, I'm going to check our Humper chats one more time before we wrap this up and get up out of here.
Yes, refresh those pages. Oh my goodness. Do we
Guys,
have
you have been a fantastic audience tonight. My chest hurts. Iridian is fantastic and lovely as always. And Iridian, where can the people find you? Because I don't see any more Humper chats.
Yeah, same. I don't see any new updates, guys. If you really want to send something in the last 2 minutes of the show that we have, send them in immediately. But guys, go to my YouTube channel, go subscribe. It's Rest Friends, WREST Friends. The latest interview that I have is with Tony Khan. We talked about his Chicago residency. Great time, 10 out of 10. And I know on Fightful, we also have an interview. Sean just recently talked to Kyle Fletcher. So go and check out that, watch that video, give it a like. If you're not subscribed to Fightful, subscribe to us, guys. But yeah, other than that, follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, Twitter, Iridian_Fiero. But yes, go subscribe. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. So that's the goal. Please, please, please head over there. Cresta, where can our beautiful Fightful fans, family, colliders, cowboys, cowgirls find you on social media?
Ladies and gentlemen, Corporate Cresta is doing corporate stuff Monday through Friday. So every Thursday, you can find me here on this channel. Myself and Joel Perk over all things TNA. Joel won it last week alone because I was a delinquent. But sometimes I fill in for the Friday show on the SmackDown show. And hopefully, maybe that might be a permanent thing. Ooh, you have to stay tuned on Fightful to find that out. Every Saturday, myself, Iridian, and Rick, some combination of us three, we're here, or SP3, who is like our little step cousin. He's here sometimes, and we go over all things that are Collision based. And if you want more Cresta Star in your life, I'm all over social media at Cresta Star, except for X, Twitter. It's Cresta the Star, like Megan the Stallion. I upload on YouTube. It's very inconsistent. I need an editor, but I am poor. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe to Fightful. Have yourself a Merry Christmas. It's August.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Easter. Mana. Thank you guys so much for being here. Subscribe to Fightful. Be nice to each other. You could have been anywhere on the internet, but you were here with us, and we're getting up out of here. So take care. Bye.
Bye.